about that distance there should be fine. And then in the right view here, do the same process as before, scale it up and just use your shift key to maintain the resolution, and just make it just slightly bigger than the composition, and that should be fine. And so that's our Mountain 05 back there now. Let's go with Mountain 04. Same process, just in the Z. We're going to push it back, and this time we're going to come forward a little bit and leave a bit of distance between these two mountains. That's just going to give us some different parallaxing as we move the camera in the 3D space. We want a slightly different rate of movement of the elements, and the best way to do that is to sort of stagger the distances as we go back in 3D space here. So Mountain 03 will do the same, only this time we're going to push it a little bit closer and closer to the previous mountain, and then we're just going to, on the right view here, same as before, we're just going to slide it up and make sure that it's the right resolution here. And then we'll go with our Mountain 02. Make sure that it's selected there and push it back in Z space. Only this time I'm going to go a little bit back. Keep it a little bit closer to the camera. And on the right hand side, make sure you scale it up. And then our foreground element, we're actually going to keep the foreground element where it is at 0 on the Z depth. So the Z setting is 0, so it's pretty much center of the 3D After Effects universe here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for I'm just going to go back to a single view, and now if I rotate this camera, I'll select the camera there and just go into my orbit tool, you'll see that we're going to get some parallaxing of the elements, and we're now working in 3D space there. So I'll just undo that, and that brings us to our camera animation. We want to get that locked in so that we have a good idea of how the elements sit in the scene. Now, just before we do the camera animation, what I'm actually going to do is use a light, and I'm not going to use any of the light properties. I'm just going to use the light as a position object, so that we can basically use some scripts or some expressions to tie some of our lighting effect elements to that space or to that position.